welcome to Special Grade Snacks, the Jujutsu Kaisen Watch-Along podcast. We're your special grade snacks. I'm Kay.
And I'm Sarah.
And joining us today, special guest, please introduce yourself.
And I'm Eddie. Hello. Thank you for having me on the show.
The Cashmere Koala himself has decided to come down from podcasting Mount Olympus.
Let me get my... Hold on, let me scroll down to my... Yeah, you already know who it is. Cashmere Koala, a.k.a. George R. Squarton, a.k.a. the Amish Puerto Rican, a.k.a. Young Colitis. You know who it is. The Lollipop King is in the building. Let's go.
I can just listen to this whole episode, honestly.
I feel like you have a lot of them.
I do. It's quite an extensive. Some of them aren't. Like, some are, potential. Okay, I do like the real Mr. Sweet Potatoes. That's a good one. But, then there's some, like, America's Little Gentleman that's pretty good, but it doesn't hit right.
Yeah, America's Little Gentleman needs... It sounds like America's Little Gentleman, like, won the Kentucky Derby last year. It needs a little bit, like... Of
Triple Crown
finesse.
winner, America's Little Gentleman.
That's the horse they adopted on The Simpsons.
Eddie, tell us about how you feel about Jujutsu Kaisen. What's your knowledge of this?
I know it's maybe out of line for a guest to come on the show and talk shit about it, but I think anime Jujutsu Kaisen is good to watch and to read, and that's exactly what I did. I think I got like 5 episodes in, and I was like, I gotta see what this shit's about, and then I read all of it in 2 days. So.
Fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Many will say that this is what everyone does, but I can't say that.
I got some fucking Pokemon jokes written down for this. I got some fucking material.
No boy.
Writ down in my notes.
All right.
Yeah, hit us with it.
We'll get there when we get there.
Oh, okay.
This is known as foreshadowing in the business.
Yeah, it's the Chekhov's Pokemon joke.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. You're gonna like it, I'm sure.
All right. This week, Jujutsu Kaisen, 2 episodes. Episodes 20 and 21. We'll probably do 20 first, I think. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that sounds like a good call.
That's a good good order.
As much as I do want to just talk, as much as I do just want to talk for an hour about baseball.
We'll get there. Episode 20 is called Non-Standard. We'll find out who's non-standard in a moment. It opens with Baby Toto beating the shit out of a guy.
So small.
He's very little and he destroys a man.
He destroys a high schooler and he's like a 6th grader.
Like, hello, I am 7 years old today.
He handed Tsukumo a piece of paper that said I am 12 on it with a $20 bill attached.
Yeah. I can go to Jujutsu High now. I am old enough.
Yeah, so he beats the shit out of an adult boy who apparently was mocking him, which makes him upset, and he's 9 years old. And then a sexual lady rolls up and says, hey, that was sexual of you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her.
I don't think... Did you say that was sexual of you?
She had the 14th boss in Shadow of the Colossus flying around her.
I did see that,
cool.
yeah.
That was kind of a little bit
she
nutty
had
with
Slay
it.
for the Sky Dragon.
But I don't know about the ethics of asking a 7-year-old, like, hey, what are you into?
Yeah, that's... I big Yuki Tsukumo fan here.
I can't say that I enjoy her.
But one major defining flaw, I would say, to this character.
Yeah, I would say grooming a 9-year-old, bad thing, a pretty big flaw in a character, to me.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And you know what? She's also being heteronormative. So what about that?
I am also, yes, true. I am imagining the other world in which he just asked a different question, which was like, did you shit your doo-doo ass? And then that's the thing that Toto asks everyone, like, when he first meets them. For the rest of his life.
And if you say no, he beats the shit out of you.
In order for that to... The way that would impact the rest of this story, that would mean that Itadori introduces himself to Principal Yagi in episode 2 by saying, hello, my name is Yuji Itadori, and I shit my doo-doo ass
No, it's
today.
like, how many times have you shit your ass? And Fushiguro's like, I've never shit my ass. And he's like, you're boring.
Liar!
Liar. As opposed to Yuji, who shits his ass every day of his life. That's why they're such good friends.
He has his special ramen, and he puts
Exactly.
it on
See,
Yuji hits him with the "How many breads have you eaten in your life?"
Okay, so that's just the cold open, I guess. Of the
Yeah, this is the cold open.
It's not related to the rest of the episode. And then we sing the song, we see the cat, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I noticed this week I was like looking at the OP again, and I'm like, damn, I still don't know what a lot of this means.
Oh, what do we got? 3 episodes left?
There's
4
like
episodes?
3 or 4 episodes left. Yeah.
3 episodes left. Yeah.
But like Mahito becomes Catholic. Mm-hmm. He hasn't done that yet. Mm-hmm.
He hasn't blown bubbles yet. That still needs.
Yeah, he hasn't blown any bubbles yet. Mm-hmm. Gojo had flowers. He hasn't done that yet. There's like a lot of Sukuna. We haven't really seen him. He hasn't really done anything.
He's just chilling.
Yeah, he just loves it in the Mind Palace.
Yeah, he simply just vibes there.
It was cool when he blew up Mahito, though. All
yeah,
right. Maybe he'll do that again. That would be nice. Mahito will be like, I'm Catholic now, and Sukuna will be like, bet.
Enough.
Enough of this. Alright, so in the actual episode, Todo and Itadori are still fighting Hanami, and Todo's like, I'm gonna do my special ability now. Itadori says, wait, didn't you already do it? There's no time to explain.
Mm-hmm. There isn't.
So then Todo just says, here's the one thing you have to do. Don't stop and believe in me. Okay, that's 2 things.
Yeah.
I love that Itadori is like completely willing to go along with Todo, but also like, bro, what are you talking about?
And Todo just doesn't even acknowledge it. Just, yes, okay, yeah. Thank you, brother. Let's go.
Itadori loves to just go along with it. Like, there's a really small thing at the start of this arc where he goes up to Gojo, where he, like, when he first, like, runs up to Gojo and is like, oh, I'm so excited to show everyone that I'm alive. And he's like, okay, I'll do whatever you, and Gojo's like, oh, you gotta do something funny to make everyone go crazy. And Itadori's like, okay, cool, just tell me what to do. And Gojo says, just listen to exactly what I say. And Itadori says, okay.
Yeah.
So tell me what to do.
Go in this box. Bite this onions.
Yeah.
Fry this rice.
So Todo very politely reminds us of all of Hanami's abilities, if you forgot from the last time.
Thank you, sir.
He has, 530,000 IQ.
Yeah,
they added a 0 from the manga to the anime, which is very fun.
His 530,000 mental Ryzen 9 core CPU brain that he has.
He's like, I've calculated every possibility in my mind, and we cannot lose because we have the power of friendship. Mm-hmm. And then Todo gets like grabbed immediately. It's very funny.
Yeah, he gets grabbed and fucking thrown around like a rag doll.
And Itadori's like, oh no, and Hanami throws him in the spikes, and Todo does his special ability, and now Hanami's in the spikes instead. He gets ready
for podcasting because he does a little.
Yeah, he claps.
He opens time.is.
But remember, clapping does not mean I'm necessarily about to podcast. It's simple, but it works.
Mm-hmm. I do like that when he switches with Hanami here, Itadori is punching him.
Punching him in the head. It's good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, yeah.
He's like, oh, Todo. My bad, bro.
And Todo's face is like a little scrunched up.
So now there's just like a full few minutes of them just like clapping and punching and flipping and destroying Hanami a lot.
It looks good. There's a really fun recreation of a manga spread of Hanami being surrounded by like clapping Todo faces.
Yeah, the faces are all very good.
I would just like to bring up the fact that his clapping switching places ability is called Boogie Woogie.
It is called Boogie Woogie.
In a world where everyone is doing blood convergence death machine, this guy's like, yes, I think today I will groove. And he does.
That one fucking meme of the guy with the bandana like shaking his ass, the Ricardo meme.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's Todo.
That is Todo. So I guess Todo, since the motorcycle lady found him, he's like not from a jujutsu family, I assume. So maybe he just got to name his own technique.
Yeah, true.
Like the evil 10 shadows technique is like passed down from old people. So
what would Fushiguro have called it if he got to name it himself?
PetSmart.
Would he have just called it like
PetSmart? Yeah, that's where the pets go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
This
Using
PetSmart
my
has a
technique.
goddamn elephant in it. You won't believe this.
Oh, you would not believe the fucking 8 whatever shit they got in the back at PetSmart.
I walk into PetSmart and say, yes, I need the 8-armed demon lord.
Y'all
They say,
got any new ways? No? Alright.
my electric bird, please.
Yeah.
Can I get a bottomless well?
My frogs have wings. Is this normal?
Help, my parentheses 16M frogs.
Yeah.
1M, 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 1M.
Just imagine, have you
their
ever been
wings.
in one of the PetSmarts and you can see through the room where they're like grooming a dog or like training them or something like that? I'm imagining the flying frogs just like going wild, bouncing off all the walls, and a poor employee making minimum wage just getting like devastated.
It's nice that Fushiguro makes sure they get groomed though.
Yeah.
He's a caring owner.
Yeah, that's what it was like to work at Petco.
Oh, that's the one where the pets go because it rhymes. Okay.
Yeah. PetSmart's where the pets fart.
Exactly.
I guess.
Yeah. Now Nanami has an interview, which is the most hilarious thing
Yes.
I've ever
I'm
imagined.
obsessed with this.
Who is interviewing
What is this
him? What are
footage
they
from?
interviewing him for?
Like, okay, on a surface level, obviously it's for us, the audience. But
Yes.
like, what is this, like a publication? Like, is this
Yes.
Jujutsu like News Weekly? Like, what is?
Yes.
Is this fucking like the Jujutsu equivalent of Noisy? Like fucking
Yeah.
the people versus Nanami Kento?
Yeah,
Are we-
Jujutsu Genius got Nanami on to explain Black Flash and what it means.
Suzanne McSwaney, she's saying,
Yeah.
hell yeah, Nanami Kento, I will suck big dick Team Squad.
Okay.
Okay.
That is what Nanami would say.
And Century. Okay.
Okay.
So Nanami speaks and he says, the Black Flash, it's just pure luck if you actually get a good one, but then once you have one, you enter the zone and you can do it.
It activates your eye sparks and you can like do cool dunks.
He literally says that sports athletes call it the zone.
As we all know on this podcast, the rules
As we
of
all
the
know.
zone is the main rule is you need something to unlock that like ability, that state in you, right?
Yes, and you need to love basketball more than life itself.
Exactly, more than anything. I just am obsessed with Nanami like doing the thing where he's like, "Oh, I'm going into overtime," and he just starts breaking ankles and shooting 3-pointers.
He would.
The clock hits 6:01 at the rec center, and immediately
Yeah.
just screams are heard from the basketball court.
I think Nanami would be bad at basketball because he can only get the ball 70% of the way to the hoop.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the Achilles paradox, right?
He's doing all these calculations like 7-3 to determine a trajectory of the ball into the hoop, and then like Toto is just jumping up and stuffing his shit and not letting it happen.
But Nanami says the best he's ever done, he's done 4 Black Flashes in a row. And he says, I just got lucky.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he explains the zone. It's just easier to hit a black flash consecutively. It's
Yeah.
you're feeling the vibes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, now back to Itadori, who just got a Nanami because we hadn't seen him in a while. And true, I did want to see him.
I did want to see him. I'm always asking where is Nanami when he's not on screen.
He's barely in this arc, so it's good that they managed to get him in.
He's
for
in
an
the
interview.
OP, but he's not. He's barely in the arc.
I feel like personally, more shows should just like if a character I like isn't around for a bit, let's just like take a look and see what they're doing.
Yeah, he's sipping a tea.
Yeah, exactly. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
He's sipping a tea and doing an interview. In the OP when he's like walking past that brick building, that's
Yeah.
him walking towards the appointment for the interview.
Yeah, what could this what's this setting that Nanami's in? I wonder what he'll do this arc, and he just talks to a guy off camera.
So Itadori starts doing his Black Flashes. He gets 3 of them, and you're like, damn, can he really beat Nanami? And then Toto does a trick where he claps but doesn't switch, and Hanami gets tricked, and Itadori does in fact get 4 Black Flashes.
Epic. We all throw our heads back and say epic.
I also love to see Itadori hit the Black Flash with his foot. Like, I just love to see a kicking Black Flash, because we've all of them have been punchies.
Mm-hmm. It is good. What if he did like a headbutt or something? That would be cool.
Okay.
There are some advanced Black Flashes that we see. One might be this season with any luck.
Ooh, this is exciting. Then they just do more like beating Hanami up quite a lot, but now a fun song is playing.
Yeah, it's a really funky song. Not to be one of those fucking gamers that's like, this sounds like Persona.
I literally wrote down a Persona type song.
Like, the vocals do sound literally exactly like, what the hell's her name? The vocalist on a lot of Persona 5 stuff, like the Wake Up, Get Out There vocalist and other things. We won't know for sure until the OST releases in a month or two, but, like, it sounded familiar.
So Jujutsu Kaisen invented jazz, is what we're saying.
Yeah. Lin Inaizumi.
Mm-hmm. Lin.
That's her name. Lin. Thanks, Lin.
Lin-Manuel Iwaizumi.
Oh, God. All right.
What happens next?
Hanami makes a big flower that has a lot of the nasty little biting faces in it. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I will get you guys. And she shoots them all at him. And Toto swaps Itadori for Hanami so that Itadori's safe. And he's like, oh no, Toto, you're sacrificing yourself. And he's like, I will be fine. And activates his big curse barrier. But then he has to go into his Takata Mind Palace and realize it's wrong.
Because the fucking Takata Mind Palace is so funny.
I like that she like does a little pose. He's like, oh, Takata.
Yeah, he says, oh, Takata-chan, and then she does like a fucking Marilyn Monroe over the sewer grate pose, and she's like, are you sure that using all your curse technique here is a good idea?
Remember, last time you saw it, Fushiguro got owned really badly.
And he's like, oh, I should not get owned. And then we get a little text box that says, this happened in 0.01 seconds.
Yeah, 1/100th of a second. Cursed energy. Yes, of course. Thank you.
Yeah. So he turns it off and just blasts all the buds off his rock-hard muscles instead.
Mm-hmm. And then he says, I'll have to thank her at the next national greeting tour.
Yeah. That was all Takata there. Thank you so much, Queen.
A very funny moment, but I am just imagining the terror of just like some large man walking up to me, an idol at a event, and a man that I've seen many times, and him just mysteriously thanking me for help defeating the forest spirit.
Yeah. Thank you so much for telling me how to channel my cursed energy. Sure. Next.
You got that? Hey, is that Zenin bitch with you still this time? Get her out of here.
Where's your hot friend?
Yeah.
Okay, so now Toto explains more of his technique. He says, can I only clap and swap with creatures? None.
And then it shows like Garbodor and Pete Buttigieg, and it says I can swap with these things as well.
Yeah,
it is the worst looking cursed puppet. Like, that is like Yagi's like defect pile.
Yeah.
Also, earlier in the episode, Toto explains his technique to Hanami, and is like, I can clap my hands to make myself swap positions with anybody.
Oh yeah, and Itadori's like, hey, what? And Toto says, shh, it's a secret.
Right, and I didn't realize why Itadori was like that until I remembered that that's what happened. He and Kamo got place swapped for when the first time Toto did his move, did his trick.
Itadori knows the secrets of it.
He knows all the secrets, the moves, the everything. Mm-hmm.
So basically, Toto can swap any creature or also anything with enough cursed energy. So he's skillfully maneuvered them back to the river where Maki and Fushiguro were fighting Hanami, and now he does a clappy switch and trades in his new best friend for a cool weapon.
He gets fucking Playful Cloud out of the river and turns Itadori into a fucking sideways face down in the dirt.
Playful
water.
Cloud is such a good name for like a deadly weapon.
It's so good.
So good.
The extremely evil weapon that
now.
no one can even hold without getting the bad vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Everyone picks it up and just says, damn, this feels like shit. All right.
I hate this.
It's slimy. It's like not actually slimy, because if it was slimy then it'd be really hard to handle, but like it feels slimy inexplicably.
It's like one of those like those long sticky hands that you get from the quarter machine, like one of those. That's what it feels like when you hold it.
Okay, so Toto blasts Hanami in the face with the Playful Cloud because Fushiguro told him to. We see a little flashback of that. Mm-hmm. Hanami, her eye stalks are destroyed and she hates it. So she uses her yucky arm to slurp the energy out of all the trees. And she's like, oh, forgive me for I must go all out. I didn't want to do this. And she almost does her domain, but then Gojo is here.
Gojo is here.
He's levitating. He's the levitating man emoji.
The slut in the sky keeps on cursing.
Just that meme of the guy like floating down a school hallway and someone running away.
Yeah.
That's Gojo.
It is.
Normally, I like to see the man of Satoru Gojo. I'm sorry if this is problematic. But I also was like, I want to see that domain expansion.
I'd like to see what
I want to see what it looks like. You got a weird flower eye. What's going on in there?
I also, why did Gojo just get to explode the veil now? Like, he's like, enough time has passed, now I can do it.
I think it's just like a thing of like enough, he was able to, like, he applied enough force to it, I would guess, that it got busted. Like, curtains are not, like, immutable, I don't think, but I'm not entirely sure. That's just my guess.
I guess. He just went up to the top, he's like, this is the weak point.
Yeah, it's like the Simpsons movie.
For sure.
He threw a time bomb through it at the very last second after riding his motorcycle all the way up.
I've definitely seen the movie recently enough to know.
Damn, no Simpsons movie nowhere's in here.
I've seen it once. I saw it in the theater, I think, for some reason, even though I've never watched The Simpsons show.
I remember seeing it in theaters as well, and I could not tell you a single thing that happened in it.
Yeah.
You saw Bart's penis.
We did. That was really funny when that happened.
There, yeah.
I liked how Hanami, when she drained all the nutrients from the ground, she like made her flower bloom. I thought that was pretty. I would have. Gojo's a motherfucker for stopping us from seeing the domain expansion. I
don't know. The domain expansion seems a little twisted because Hanami's like, I don't get the power. This evil flower does, and it has like an eyeball, and it's very veiny.
I think what the thing is that Hanami said that she was like, but all the power goes to this eyeball, but I can't use. You'll just fucking dodge that shit with your curse technique. But if I use domain expansion, it'll hit for sure. And then she tries to do it on concrete, but then Gojo says,
Yeah, Gojo is floating in the air, and he's using his special eyes, and he's looking all around, and he's like, damn, there's 2 children fighting the strongest amount of a curse that there can be. I think that they're good. I'm gonna help Grandpa.
Yeah, the old man definitely could use the help. He's running out. He doesn't know any more chords. He's running out of ideas.
He seems completely fine, but okay, go help Grandpa. He's playing his guitar.
He's playing the fucking 4-chord song by Axis of Awesome.
We cut back to him. He's playing Smoke on the Water and just like sweating. Like, I don't know how much longer I can keep this up.
So the yucky guy that we all hate is there.
Juzo.
His name is Juzo, yes. And he says, let's make a wallet full of that old man smell. Worst wallet ever.
Tremendous stuff.
You open it up. If you're broke and you open it up, a moth doesn't fly out. Just like an old person fart cloud.
Just like a rolled up tube of Bengay and like half of a pair of dentures. You say fantastic.
Disgusting. Yeah, so that's what's up with Grandpa. We also see Urahime for one shining moment. She's on the phone with Nishimiya, and she says, keep doing what you're doing. You're a queen. And then a nasty guy appears.
Yeah.
I hate this guy as well.
This guy is nothing to me. This guy has a fun power, but otherwise he is nothing. His
power appears to be just like being a gay stereotype, like as much as possible.
My curse technique is to say, did I do that? But I don't do it in Steve Urkel voice. Good luck countering this.
My special technique is to not be gay, just annoying.
He's a little blonde guy, and he has like a big side ponytail. And he has like purple eyes and like purple markings under his eyes. And he's wearing like Andre the Giant outfit, but he's very small, so it looks silly on him.
Yeah, and he's even smaller in the manga. They buffed him up for the anime.
They were like, you put him in a wrestling outfit, but he's small. You made a mistake here, Gig.
The side ponytail is an inspired choice, but other than that, I have no positive feedback for this person.
I don't enjoy.
I like a scrawny ass motherfucker.
And he has a knife, and the handle is a hand. He says that Juzo made it for him, which is nice of him. And
that was nice of him. Juzo Yoshikage Kira confirmed.
He does the Joestar family technique in this battle.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, yeah,
he
he
does indeed
does.
run away. He's like, oh, I'm gonna fight Yutahime with my knife, my hand knife. That's it. And then some more friends come up. It's Kugisaki and Mai. And Kugisaki says, bro, you're being cringe. You're always talking about yourself. You have to ask other people about themselves when you meet them. This is basic etiquette.
And she also says, this is why women don't like you. Which I love how now Kugisaki has twice just pointed at a man and said, women fucking hate you, don't they?
They're like, bro, I'm gay. What are you talking about? And then Mai is like, Kugisaki, you're cringe also. I don't... Kugisaki is like, you can't just, like, talk about yourself. You have to pay me for that service. And then Mai says, like, you think you're a good enough listener to get paid for it? Which is a good burn, I think.
I love Mai. I really do love Mai.
And then she's like, I'll give you cover fire for this battle against the twink. Make sure you don't get shot. And Kugisaki says, make sure you don't shoot me.
Please do not plug me full of bullets again, Mai. It's only been 30 minutes since you last did that.
Please don't hit me with one rubber bullet that immediately destroys my entire body for the remainder of the episode. But then before this amazing battle can happen, Gojo destroys the veil. This was a bit of like a flashback. And the nasty boy says, oh, there's no veil. I must run away now. Goodbye.
Yeah. And we get when Gojo destroys the veil, we get a close up of his face, and like I was talking about this in the server, and they've like slutted him up for the anime, which like I really don't care about. Like, this is a really small thing. I feel like he's also a little bit of playfulness from the manga when he doesn't have his blindfold on, but again, that's a really small thing. But the size of his DSLs in this episode are ridiculous.
I've talked about this before. He has like very shiny like lip gloss. Yeah.
Right. No, he does have that a lot of the time, but like these things were fucking plump and ready to suck.
I think he looks good. I mean,
I think he looks good.
I think he's killing it right now.
I'm not complaining about his dick sucking lips, by the way. I want to be clear about that.
Simply that it was noticeable.
Exactly. It's the Gojo equivalent of when they like put a girl with big bazongers in a bikini in an anime episode. Gojo goes to a fucking I don't even know like what. Gojo gets a fucking face mask done, and that's like the equivalent of like a horny bathhouse episode for the show.
Before I save Yuji and Toto, I think I will take a quick jaunt to the hot springs and have my own little episode first. They have it under control.
Let me eat this ice cream bar.
Yeah.
While I'm floating up in the air.
Oh no, I dropped my banana that I keep for cursed energy powers.
Okay, so yeah, Gojo's floating in the air. He looks all around. He says, Grandpa needs help. He goes to fight the Axeman, and of course he has wanted to make a coat rack of Gojo the whole time, so he's very excited about this. But Gojo just completely explodes all his arms and legs instantly.
It's pretty funny. He's like, oh, coat rack. And then Gakuganji's like, don't fucking kill him. And then Gojo just like makes a face, and all of Juzo's arms and legs like
he just
turn
like
into a
deletes his
cyclone of
bones.
flesh.
He no longer has bones in his limbs.
This is like what I think is going to happen to me every time I turn on the garbage disposal. Like, that's what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what would happen. Yeah, he garbage disposaled him. That was his special technique.
He turned his arm into 4 spirals, and now it's Uzumaki.
Wow.
Like Naruto.
Okay, so now Gojo, he like is... By the way, Gojo did teleport to get here. When I said last episode, does Gojo know how to teleport? And everyone was like, I don't know, he can teleport sometimes. He teleported right now. Why didn't he teleport inside the veil?
Selective teleportation.
Whatever. He literally just teleports when it would be cool.
Gege watched the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones and was like, oh, okay, I really like the traversal they're going with here.
Yeah. Well, Gojo is the fastest, so I guess it makes sense that he would be the one to do this.
Right, but like he couldn't get under the veil.
Do it, is his choice. He's just like, oh, I'm limited by not being able to teleport until I remember that I can. But yeah, he teleported over there, but now he doesn't have time to teleport over to where Toto and Itadori are. So he says, I will instead fire my big laser. And there's a lot of animation about it.
It looks sick.
It looks good. He said, what if it was purple? And it was, and you can't deny it.
He makes a blue circle. He's done this before. And then he makes a red circle. He's also shown this one. And then he makes them touch, and it makes purple, which is correct. He's got that. And then it fires an enormous laser across the entire forest and explodes everything.
It's like, it's you have two equations that both asymptotically approach zero, and you cram them together to make them actually touch. What does that do to the real world?
Purple. Yes. This is what Purple Rain was about.
So true. So it fires a big laser. It hits... Hanami is, like, trying to run away. She's, like...
Yeah, she's trying to turn into a little bud. A little wooden bud.
She has, like, plant teleportation powers. I assume she, like, goes in the earth and, like, tunnels with plants or whatever. So she's, like, trying to go in there, and Itadori wants to stop her, but Toto says... He somehow knows that Gojo is charging his hyper beam. He's like, no, you'll get exploded, and then... It doesn't really show that... Yeah, diaper beam.
Diaper beam.
It doesn't really show if Hanami died or not, because there's just, like, a huge crater in the entire forest, and Toto says, he's so non-standard, title of the episode.
He looks into the camera, he says, that's the name of the episode, and then the ending song plays.
And he is.
Yeah, he is. He's quite non-standard, I would say. Very few other Jujutsu sorcerers do 2 circles and then fire a purple beam.
God, I wish I could do that with my Venn diagrams.
Oh yeah, and then also before the end of the episode, it shows that it was all a trick and Mahito was exploding people and stealing stuff. That's classic Mahito.
Yeah, he loved to do that thing.
He blobbed 2 guys and stole the fingers that they had. It was all a ruse, and you fell for it.
I can't believe
I can't believe
classic
it.
botheration.
Blob me once, shame on me.
blob me twice, shame on you.
Exactly.
Now Mahito is feeling shame, I'm sure. He'll apologize.
Yeah, he'll say sorry and give him back and then just walk away.
My bad. I was tricked into doing it by a rude man. He'll tell about it later. Okay, but here's the Juju stroll. This one is very important. It's ask the Tokyo kids, do you like dogs or cats better? Here's the rundown we get. Itadori says, probably dogs, maybe if it's a big dog. I would like it better. Fushiguro, like, just stares down the camera and says, fucking dogs, obviously. Have you seen my boys? My big sons. Maki says, probably dogs. And Kugasaki's like, what? It's definitely cats for me. Inumaki says salmon, which is classic for him. Then Panda has been, like, creeping in the back of the shots the whole time, like, getting grumpy. And he says, obviously, you should all say pandas. What the hell? Do you all hate me? And he's, like, crying in a corner. And Itadori says, it wasn't one of the choices, man. Come on. I like this one.
I thought it was fun. They loved it so nice. They thought it was so nice. They did it twice.
And then say,
we did it 2 times. Good.
If they didn't mention that in the next one, I would have been like, wait, did I see this before? No, it was a different thing last time. Like, I wouldn't have even thought about it.
I'll say I was a little disappointed that they did it again, because the Juju strolls are kind of my favorite part.
It was unfortunate. Would you like to take a trip to the Jujutsu corner?
Oh, okay. Tell us about a purple, I guess.
Actually, no. Today's Jujutsu corner, fuck purple. I hate that shit. All I care about is Boogie Woogie Jujutsu.
Boogie Woogie.
Boogie Oogie. The official Romaji apparently is Boogie Oogie.
That's kind of how he pronounces it. So.
Boogie
Boogie Woogie is Aoi Toto's innate technique which allows him to switch places with another person or object by clapping his hands. Boogie Woogie activates when the user claps their hands together, allowing them to switch places with anything that has above a certain amount of cursed energy. The user can also switch out things not involved with themselves. It is a simple but an effective curse technique that can be a great weapon when wielded by a clever sorcerer like Aoi Toto. And I think that I love about this power so much is that it's really reminding me of not really. It's reminding me somewhat of Mirio's quirk from Hiroaka. Like, that it is, like, a relative... I mean, in Mirio's case, it was, like, just like a doo-doo-ass quirk. Just an absolute shit-ass quirk. But the fact that he managed to work it into just by being an extremely competent, fighter, Mirio managed to make it work. And Toto has this is a very simple technique, but we see in this episode, it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, when you have a 530,000 IQ, you can do shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So genius to swap between 2 guys that are punching, and if one of them is smaller than you, it confuses your opponent.
Exactly.
Toto's like, fuck, I need a small friend.
Oh, Inumaki.
Yes!
I just got the best idea in the world, which is Toto fucking fastball specialing Itadori and then clapping to swap places with him mid-flight.
This is one of those like troll comics to create a perpetual motion machine or something.
Yeah, I wonder
where
if I don't know if the momentum would be conserved, like Portal. I don't know if it's like that.
It is, because remember when Hanami, when he swaps places with Hanami, while she's throwing him into the root wall, like the momentum that Toto has before swapping is given to Hanami, so she crashes into the root wall and gets filled with holes.
Huh. That's really weird. That's like not usually how those things work.
Right? I think it's interesting.
I just thought that was interesting.
I did. Anyways, that's the corner.
I always appreciate a simple power, because I can never think of one. Whenever anyone's like, oh, what would your power be? I'm like, oh, fuck. And I just, like, spout a bunch of bullshit that's too complicated.
Clapping my hands lets me swap places.
Yeah.
So we go on to episode 21, Jujutsu Koshien.
Which tremendous title.
The best title of a podcast. We're naming this episode Jujutsu Koshien also. Yeah. The best title of a manga chapter and anime episode I may have seen in a long while. I love to fucking read Jujutsu Koshien. But before we get to baseball time, we have to start with Haruta, who is the problematic twink from before, in the sewers after everything exploded and went bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of lead up before baseball, and I'm like tapping my watch, like, come on, can I see the baseball, please?
Yeah, we only get baseball for like 8 minutes of this episode, which is such a crime.
I could have watched a full arc of the baseball.
But it is what it's like when you go to a baseball game, and if you get there early, they're like, and now our 20-minute salute to the troops, and you're like, oh, come on.
And now, this dad of 3 is going to throw turf into a lawnmower, and if he gets 4 of them, we'll give him a weed whacker.
Yeah, he's going to throw a turf into a lawnmower? Hell yeah.
Yeah, my dad did that once. He got a free weed whacker out of it. We still have that weed whacker. He threw J.K. Rowling right into the...
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
The thing. So Haruta is unscathed, luckily, and we see like the ceiling crack from where Haruta is standing, and Hanami like falls down and just like there was just like a hole carved out.
Like her entire yucky arm has been exploded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like you can see her ribs, and all her blood is purple.
Well, that's what hollow purple does to you.
Yeah, that's just, yeah. She's hollow and purple inside.
My next note is just hole.
Comfortable hole, bye.
Yeah.
Comfortable hole, bye. So Mahito is in a real bad way, and Haruta there's a fun little thing of like the hand being on his shoulder.
Yeah, I hate this. It's creepy.
It's creepy, and I love it. That wasn't in the manga. I don't like. This is still in the manga, but the actual thing of like the hand being on his shoulder was not in the manga.
Like he doesn't have like a sheath for his knife or anything. He just like hangs it off his shoulder by the hand handle.
I think it's really cool and disquieting.
It's yucky, but I feel like he needs a sheath because it is still a knife like on his back.
Yeah. But so he feels the hand and he makes a fucked up smile and is like, I'm gonna make you feel better, Hanami, and like walks towards her with the knife out. But then Mahito shows up and is like, hey bud, you're a human, you don't fucking try anything. Which I thought was interesting because it's just like it's we know that the cursed users are working with the curses.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see them like interact. This is the first human we've seen Mahito. This is the first allied human we've seen Mahito interact with that is not Geto.
Yeah, Geto is in charge for some reason, but all other humans are second-class citizens in the
Geto simply world. Fucks the best out of all of the curses. That's why he's winning.
Yeah, he's got the best outfits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I do like that, like, Mahito hits the guy with the, like, oh, you're just a human, you don't get to make choices. And then he comes back with, I was just being considerate. I don't think a curse would understand that.
Yeah.
It's very, like, the twinks are fighting.
It's a thing people do. It's called being nice. You should try it sometime.
Yeah.
And Haruta is like, Mahito, what'd you score at the jujutsu place? And he's like, oh, I got the fucking 6 fingers, and I got the 3 cursed wombs.
The cursed womb death paintings. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. He looks really directly at the camera and says, I have the cursed womb death paintings. This may be important for later. And then just walks away.
He shows you 3 fetuses in weird jars and says this is regular to you.
We then get like a flashback of all of them all of the curses vibing on the beach, and it's so good. It's so good. Mahito is shirtless. Ghetto has a fucking tropical shirt.
Why does he have that?
He's got a fucking Hawaiian shirt on.
Margaritaville-Ass motherfucker.
Yes. Fucking cheeseburger in paradise.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Just to simply eat a beesburger in this beach zone. Dagon's fucking... There's like... We don't see Dagon much in this, except to see him just like vibing in the water. He just floats in the ocean
whenever they show his zone. Mm-hmm. He just likes to vibe.
He's just chilling.
I do imagine that like they're on like 4 beach chairs, which were not regular. I think there were only 2 last time because there was only 2 guys, and now there's 4. I imagine that like Dagon can just make anything appear, so I do think that he could make a cheeseburger or a nice margarita for his friends.
Oh, a literal cheeseburger in paradise.
Yeah, you can create my curse technique allows me to create matter out of nothing as long as it is beach and or island related.
Yes.
Right.
Quick, we need a surfboard, Dagon.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Just shredding it up on the. Oh. I'm just imagining all of the curses surfing now when I'm having a good... I'm imagining Ghetto having to wear something that has less than like a 3/4 sleeve.
My god.
And I'm having a hard time picturing it.
I'm the pointing Lord Farquaad meme slut.
So they talk about how they flash back to like this is before everything goes down. They're just talking about
this is how I think it's gonna go down.
Yeah. Well, this is like flashing back to before this arc started, and Mahito talks about how Ghetto talks about how the whole system at Jujutsu High works, which is that most of the buildings are empty and useless, and Master Tengen relocates the cursed fingers every day, and only he knows where they are. And there's 1,000 doors on the campus, and only one of them leads to the right way. But I put Mahito's stink on one of the fingers, so you should just be able to follow that there.
I felt like it was more like he changes where the doors go.
Yeah, it's like I thought of it as like a Scooby-Doo house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense.
I had it as like a Monsters, Inc. type scenario. Mm-hmm. Where you open the door and it just goes somewhere.
It's a real ReZero Beatrice scenario.
Yeah, let's just all say references where like a door goes somewhere you don't expect.
Exactly.
Futurama, the scary door. That was their Twilight Zone parody.
Yeah, classic Twilight Zone door.
Uh-huh.
I like there's like this shot of like the camera like zooming around all these doors trying to find the one that leads to the fingers, and it looks really a lot like the walls of the interrogation room where Itadori was kept in the first episode.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was fun. And we also learned some more things about Tengen, which is that he is an old ass bitch. Immortal motherfucker, never dies, but does age, so he's just kind of like a tree.
He's become a tree man.
Bet you can't do this on concrete.
Becomes a tree.
Becomes a glorious California redwood right before your eyes.
People my age becoming corpses, dead in the ground, burned to ash, and I'm out here just like, I just want to produce chlorophyll.
I just want to photosynthesize.
Yeah. Are they going to show me the nasty tree man later?
I don't think we've seen him in the manga yet.
I believe as of this point we have not seen Tree Man.
There's been a lot about him. Mm-hmm. Like the Young Boys Gojo High School arc is about Tengen, but he does not show up.
Gojo High School arc. Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, my notes. Yeah, Geto just explains his trick that he did to make sure that Mahito can find the fingers. And they're also like, so why are we keeping Geto out, or why are we keeping Gojo out instead of letting him in? And there's like a fun diagram of like Mahito standing there from left to right. It's like the curtain, Gojo, and Mahito. And the reasoning is that Gojo will be looking at the curtain. So if he's outside the curtain, he's looking away from Mahito. But if he's inside the curtain, looking for a way to break out of the curtain, he's looking at Mahito, which would be bad for everyone.
Yeah. It makes sense. I feel like it was a little like over-explaining.
Yeah, but I also, I would also prefer a situation in which I'm not looking at Mahito, so I would probably have chosen the same option.
Haters all around.
He's yucky.
Yes,
he was like shredded on the beach, though.
He was shredded, but anyone can be shredded.
Exactly.
In the anime, apparently.
Kay doesn't get the fact that he's kind of yucky is the point.
I think that Geto is the right amount of yucky, and Mahito is too much.
Mahito's too yucky.
He's too yucky.
Fine. Fine. He also, Hanami is like, can I just fucking go ape shit, go crazy, go kill everyone there? And Geto's like, well, you could, but I wouldn't recommend it because there's one of the other boys there is like a landmine.
This part doesn't make sense. How does Geto know this? I don't believe that Geto knows this. He says like Sukuna acted weird, so it means he likes one of the other boys.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this could be just like I could just understand this as like information relayed by Mahito, like because when Mahito was fighting Itadori, Sukuna made that comment about how Fushiguro was the only one he gave a shit about after exploding him.
He didn't say that to him though. He said that in like his brain.
Was that just narrator voice and not out loud?
Yeah, definitely.
It would have been really funny if Geto was right, but like with the wrong information. Where he's like, there's a landmine that only Sukuna cares about, and we just get an extreme close up of Inumaki, just like
yeah, just anyone, just like the fucking panda. Who cares?
Panda T-posing in space, just like us. No one go near him.
Miwa getting her new type flash.
Fantastic. Poor Miwa.
Yeah, and also Geto was like, also don't fucking make Sukuna mad. We just want to get like the maximum amount of mad online we can out of this guy, and we're gonna do it in Shibuya on October 31st, and we will capture Satoru Gojo then.
Yeah,
and it's Peter Griffin. Don't go to Shibuya on October 31st, 2018. Worst mistake of my life.
Especially if you are Satoru Gojo. Do not come near me. I have the Master Ball.
Yep. There's also a throwaway line about Juzo. They said, we're gonna get a couple of humans too, but Juzo is gonna be fail and cringe. He's disposable.
This whole scene is just like, here's everything that happened, and it happened exactly the way I thought it would and wanted it to. There were absolutely no L's for the evil team. We wanted you to have that yucky guy. We got all your fingers. We didn't even really want to kill anyone. We win. Goodbye. Haha. And also look at my shirt.
And we like it.
It was good. I could have had less of this and more about baseball.
Yeah, that's true. We go back to the underground where we get Mahito like carrying Hanami, which I thought it was cute.
It was nice
I liked
of
to
him.
see it.
It was cursed friendship moment.
And then Hanami turns to him and says, trying to pump the brakes on my hostility is very stressful, which is a cute little callback to the conversation that we flash back to in episode 19 about how Hanami should learn to have more fun, learn to like live, laugh, love a little bit on the battlefield. Mm-hmm. And Mahito smiles at this and is like, "Hell yeah, bud! You're showing all you're showing off your cursedness.
We love it.
Go off." We get the OP, and then we get to all the elders. It's Yagi,
all the teachers, yeah.
Yagi, Gojo, Utahime, Meimei, Gakuganji, and also Ijichi is there delivering the report.
Yeah,
and he's saying,
"I like Ijichi more now."
I like him. He's good.
He's funny.
He is. He basically, Ijichi's like, okay, so we had 5 assistants get their heads exploded, two regular source. 2 grade 2 sorcerers, 1 semi-grade 1, and the 2 guys who were... he calls the people who were regarding the finger themselves like 2 cursed humans?
I think it's a cursed attendants or something like that.
That sounds about right, which is strange terminology.
They were the guards. Like Geto said the same thing, whatever the word was. They were the people who guard like Tengen and the curses and everything.
Oh, I thought for some reason I internalized curse attendant as like their cursed. Like they are a curse, and not that they are attendants of the curse.
No, yeah, I think they're irregular. Well, not anymore, but I think they were
regular now.
No longer regular.
Yeah. And they're like, okay, so, well, that sucks. Should we tell this kids? And someone else is like, I don't know. But also, what's the deal with that Juzo guy that we captured? And Ijishi's like, it's not hard to get him to talk, but it's hard to get him to talk about anything relevant. But we did get one interesting fact of information, which is about a non-Baini monk who promised Juzo that he would be able to make a coat rack out of Satoru Gojo.
Yeah, we get to see them. It's like a kid like in the shot where we saw all the friends on the beach, they were not there, but now they are there behind everyone.
Right. And, they were hiding off camera.
I guess. If you don't know about them, you can't see them.
They also describe how Hanami was able to get Master Tengen screens, and they're like, oh, okay, Hanami, he's a plant, then Tengen screens don't keep out plants, and Hanami has Infiltrator, and just fuck the shit up out of Tengen Whimsicott.
Dumbass ability.
There's the Pokemon joke you were waiting for.
Came back to bite me in the end. Thank you so much.
Then we get our favorite trio of our little friends.
They're having pizza snack.
They're having a pizza snack. Fushiguro is in hospital bed, just explaining how he's okay. And Kugisaki and Itadori are both there, and they're all eating pizza, and it's cute.
Kugisaki and Itadori are just like talking the whole time, and Fushiguro's just like chewing.
Yeah, as say this conversation goes on for 2 minutes, Fushiguro doesn't have like a single frame of animation. He's just sitting completely still until it's his turn to talk.
He has 2 frames, and it's chew up, chew down.
Yeah,
he's just like. His face looks really cute too, because his like cheeks are like full of pizza.
It's like when you like hover over a character on the select screen. That's his idle motion. Is just chewing one bite of pizza,
waiting to be selected in 13 Sentinels.
And he's like, my stomach just like recently had like an evil thing inside of it. Could you guys have not brought me something?
Yeah, man, I just had some demon. I had some demon bugs in me. So could we go easy with the extra cheese one time, please?
Kugisaki says no complaining.
Yeah.
No complaining, it's pizza. The Kugisaki and Itadori are having a conversation about how Kugisaki's like, wow, I can't believe you and that gorilla became such fast friends. And Itadori's like, wow, friends! I kind of got carried away in the moment.
This is so fucking good. This is not what I expected the result of this to be at all, and it made me laugh so hard.
It's really good.
Itadori's like, damn, we were fighting brothers on the battlefield, and I think I said a lot of things I shouldn't have said.
Yeah. Fushiguro looks Itadori dead in the eyes and is like, hey, you've gotten really strong, but I'm going to surpass you. Don't forget about it. And then Kugisaki butts in and is like, hey, don't fucking shonen me out of this conversation.
Yeah, Fushigiro's literally like, I must make the shonen best friend speech right now. I will become as strong as you. I swear this.
And Kugisaki's like, hey, I'm here too.
I'm also here, please.
I know we're in Jump, but please.
I know the chart that they released recently said that my strength was only a 5 and you are 8 somehow.
Oh, that chart made me so mad.
It's stupid. I do like
that
it said that Fushiguro is a 10 out of 10 at doing schoolwork, though.
He's a studious little boy. He loves to do math.
Me writing on, putting my comment on his report card, a pleasure to have in class.
Bring your puppies to class more.
Oh god, imagine fucking... I'm just imagining doing show and tell for like a kindergarten class, and Fushiguro just like shows up and is like, well, check out what I can do, and then just like puppy hands and makes 2 dogs come out.
Do you think the dogs were littler when he was little?
Yeah, they were baby. They were little baby.
Were all of them babies? Did he have like a new egg?
Oh, new egg.
Got a bunch of goddamn tadpoles. All right. I'll wait till later to use this one.
Just a little baby with 8 hands and 8 little tiny swords.
Baby Fushiguro should like ride the baby elephant.
I'm imagining like him sliding down the front of it with the trunk like a slide.
Okay, that would be tremendous.
Great job, everyone.
Great job. Great shit.
Great round table.
Yeah, Fushiguro just says a bunch of bullshit at this point that like doesn't mean anything. He's like, you had an ideal, and I had an ideal, and we were both wrong, and we were both right.
We were both wrong. We were both right. And then Kugisaki's like, stop thinking so hard. Your hair's you're gonna go bald. Yeah. And I wanted to, if I was not so crunched for time before doing this podcast, I would have really loved to make a bald Fushiguro edit, but that would have taken way too much time that I did not have in my day. I'm
sure it's already there after she said that.
Oh, 100%.
People love to make bald anime character edits. People love to just Photoshop Tsukishima to be bald and then send it to me and say, do you like this?
Do you?
No. But also, yes.
Picture of him at age 80.
I don't like it.
His skin's great. His hair is not. It's his heavenly restriction. No hair past age 18. Extremely tall and sun.
The best blocks you've ever seen. Absolutely no hair.
His head is actually blinding in the right light, so you have to make sure that he's got. There's certain kinds of fluorescence that don't reflect so well. I can't do my receive
on the surf. His head. It's shining in my eyes.
That's the new strat. Like, oh yeah, we really have to watch out for our positioning because Tsukushima is gonna reflect the rays from the overhead lights in our eyes.
So they have this little conversation, and then at the end of it, they're like, all of them say like a last thing for it, and then we get like a close up on each of their faces as Fushiguro's like, "I'm gonna be stronger than you," and Itadori's like, "Yeah, I like you," and then Kugisaki's like, "Don't fucking leave me out of this," and then we get a cut to Todo, and he says, "Well, I would expect nothing less of my brother's friends,"
and like it's shown earlier in like a wide shot that Todo was not here, so
he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then Itadori just fucking opens the door and sprints out, and they get chased all over Itadori gets chased all over the buildings.
He's like, I've known you since middle school. We didn't go to the same middle school.
But as they're running over the buildings, there's like Flintstone sound effects playing.
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So then we get useless Miwa introducing herself for baseball.
Oh, poor Miwa.
She says, hello, useless Miwa here. I don't usually call myself useless. I think I'm pretty strong, actually. But the other day when everyone was risking their lives, I was just fucking asleep, sucking my damn thumb in the corner.
They show her asleep on the ground, and it is very cute and funny.
As Gojo's purple explosion is going off in the background.
Okay, very lucky that she was not caught in that crossfire. B, where was Utahime going? Wasn't her first thing when she got in there wasn't she trying to find Miwa?
Yeah. I assume she did still do that, but she did get distracted by like a funny twink and
by an evil twink, yeah.
And like an axe murderer and an orb. Yeah. So yeah.
And Miwa also feels extra useless because she got her sword back, but it's in two pieces because Mai's older sister broke it.
What's Miwa gonna do?
New sword.
I guess she needs a new sword. Very sad.
And there's a fucking ska track happening during this, and it's good. I've been on a huge ska kick lately, and I appreciate the fact that Jujutsu Kaisen is helping me with that with that kick. And then we get a flashback to Gojo talking to the kids, and him be like, so a lot happened, and some people died. You want to run it back, though?
Yeah, a lot happened, and some people died, so do you want to play baseball? Who said this, me or Gojo?
You and P got Meetup 2023.
Yeah.
Some people died, but we still have enough for 2 teams, I think.
Todo says we should definitely continue to the tournament because 1, we didn't know those motherfuckers. That leave the grieving to the people who knew them. 2, we must become stronger in order to protect them. And 3, there were some people who did not get to show their strengths yesterday. So we have to if someone underperforms one day, it hangs over their head for the rest of their life. And then Mai chimes in with, "How fucking old are you?"
Because Miwa's like, oh, Toto, you're so reliable and wise sometimes. And Mai says, you're, reliably crazy.
And someone says, should we do the draw for who's fighting who? And then Gojo's like, what 1v1? We're not doing that?
Psych.
And then we get a flashback to Panda's explanation.
It's like a picture-in-picture while they all have question marks over their heads.
Yeah. And Panda explains that like it's typically a team battle one day versus a 1v1 the next, but it's up to the principals.
No, he doesn't even say that. He's like, it's always one day group battle, the next day individuals. And Gojo says, I like to keep it wild.
I like to mix it up.
Yeah.
He does the little like the finger and the baseball gesture.
You got to keep him guessing.
So he has Itadori get a paper out of the box, and the paper says baseball on it. And Yagi and Gakuganji are both like, "What the fuck? What? I put single combat in there, bro. I wrote single combat down, and I put it in there. I don't fucking know what happened." And then
Gojo
they start
stuffed
the
the ballot box, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
He wanted to be the umpire.
He did. And then we get Miwa up to bat, and we get the first of 10 delightful little stat cards.
Oh, these are so good. I assumed that they like do this for like real Japanese baseball players. That was like the vibe I got from it.
I'm thinking about that, Eddie. You probably remember this better than I do, but that Little League video of like all the kids standing in a line and like introducing themselves, and that one large kid comes up. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah, I don't remember what he said, but it was something along the like, "My name's Big Johnny and I'm here to hit dingers," like something like that.
That's what it was. We get Miwa Kasumi, number 2, the second base. The mango she was letting ripen in the refrigerator is gone. Very tragic.
This is important for later.
Remember this clue.
Yeah.
She gets a hit, a pretty solid hit, and Nishimiya is like, "Oh, it's time to run the bases," because she doesn't know baseball rules. And then Utahime even yells at her, "Don't run yet!" because someone catches the ball and they pass it to Panda at first base, and Nishimiya's out. And Utahime is like, "If you don't know the rules, just say so." And Nishimiya fires back, "I know them. When the ball's hit, I run."
Also, she's wearing like a Hey Arnold type hat. It's very small.
In between her pigtails.
Yeah. I'm Nishimiya here because I'm like, wait, why is she out? If I don't understand.
When a ball is caught for an out, the runner cannot advance until the ball is caught. You have to stay on the base and then you can run. Because if you could just run forever, then anyone could just do that. So if there's a ball that's going to be caught out, you have to wait on the base and then decide if you want to run to the next one or not.
And this is also where this is also why the infield fly rule exists. Mm-hmm. But we don't have to talk about that if you don't want to.
Okay, I see. The rule, I understand now.
And also sometimes the infield fly rule can happen in the outfield.
Fantastic.
The infield fly rule is when Nishimiya gets on her broom and goes leaves the outfield. Mm-hmm. Nishimiya's little baseball card thing says Nishimiya Momo, outfielder, baseball experience 2L. My note for that was just Nishimiya does bad baseball. And then we get Itadori, Kamo steps up to the plate, and we see Itadori. Kamo's face is covered in bandages.
He's been extremely injured.
Itadori is just as the catcher, and we get both their cards. Kamo says, Kamo Noritoshi, third batter, practicing cursive. I can write my own name now. This is a little fact.
Does it mean in English? Like he can write his name in cursive English? Is there cursive Japanese?
Sick. Can you write cursive hiragana? I
don't think so. That's why I was confused by that. I thought like maybe he was learning cursive English.
I like that though. That would I imagine it's a much larger feat to be a Japanese person and write your name in cursive English than it would be to like write your kanji with do some calligraphy on your kanji.
Yeah, I don't think that they really have cursive. Cuz all the strokes are very precisely chosen.
Right, because there's the small differences. We also get Yuji's card, which is Itadori Yuji, catcher, first impression of Iake ramen. I poop a lot the next day.
Same, bro.
Fantastic.
Replace that food with anything, and
first impression of food. I poop a lot the next day. fucking clickhole article. Local gastrointestinal failure of a man eats food for the first time. Watch.
Do not watch. Look away.
So we get Itadori Kamo bonding moments here.
Yeah, they have like a real touching moment in the middle of baseball. This always happens to me.
Because Kamo asks him, hey, why are you a jujutsu sorcerer? And Itadori's like, well, I want to be able to help people and have a lot of friends around me when I die. And this makes Kamo think of his mommy.
He has a very dramatic, sad flashback of being a crying baby and his mom go away.
Yeah, and he says, baby him is like, if you go away, I won't be a curse user. And she said, you have to be a curse user and be very strong so that you can so that I can come back and we can see each other again. I love you. Goodbye, my son.
Yeah, she's like, if you're a jujutsu sorcerer, like, you'll be surrounded by people who are like you and you'll have a lot of friends, and that will be good. And then if you're really strong, maybe you can protect me, basically.
Even more upsetting is he got 3 pitches straight down the middle and didn't lift the bat off his shoulder.
He was thinking too hard about his mom and forgot that he was playing baseball.
I've been there, dude. I've been there.
He's like, that's a good reason. So I like this moment a lot of Kamo being like, oh, maybe Itadori is not a behemoth that must be murdered. Maybe he's like a nice guy.
Yeah, maybe he's just a regular dude with a demon inside of him.
Happens to all of us, buddy.
Listen, we all went to school with a Naruto, right? Like,
yeah, of course. My middle school best friend who I won baseball nationals with was a Naruto.
And if you didn't go to school with a Naruto, unfortunately, you are the Naruto.
Yeah, sorry to inform you. If you do not have any memories of one of your friends having an ancient demon sealed within them, you should ask your parents about how you were born.
Look within yourself, and you may find an ancient demon.
Look inside yourself, and you may find an enemy and boy.
Yeah.
Then so that they change. That's the end of the ending. They swap.
Like Kamo takes the 3 pitches right over the plate. Fantastic. And Udahime's like yelling, like, Kamo, you have to swing.
You have to swing! I love Utahime being like this fucking... I love Utahime shouting all this baseball coach shit. You know she loves baseball.
She really wants to be Gojo so fucking bad, but all her kids are useless.
Kugisaki steps up to the plate, and we get her title card. Well, she says they call me the Makun of Tohoku, which is just saying they are calling me the baseballer, this famous baseballer. But as Fushiguro and Itadori point out, no, Makun is the Makun of Tohoku,
and
also Makun's a pitcher.
I think it's Masahiro Tanaka who played for the Yankees, and now he's playing in Japan again. But
I fucking step up to the plate and say, they're
calling me the Justin Verlander of baseball.
Yeah.
I do like that both Fushiguro and Itadori chime in to correct her. Just like
and Inumaki.
Inumaki just says, yeah, they're right. Yeah. Like, I like that Fushiguro has some baseball knowledge, apparently. Like, you'd think he was like a little nerd boy. But he has some interests.
And her little title card says, awaiting approval for a credit card. Too hard for a high schooler, maybe?
Do not let Kugisaki have a credit card. She will be in so much debt.
Worst mistake of my life.
Kugisaki will be the guy who's like, if you cut up the credit card, the debt goes away.
And then Mai rolls out the pitcher for the team, which is a pitching machine that they have painted brown and drawn a little Mekamaru on it.
No, it's Mekamaru. What are you talking about?
That's what he looks like.
I don't, it's been like 3 episodes since I saw him, but I think that is what he looks like.
Maya's like, this is just a spare Mekamaru that we had.
I love the way she says spare Mekamaru.
Spare. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about, Kugisaki. And Kugisaki like charges the mound.
Throws the hat off.
She like chucks her helmet.
The bench is clear. Tremendous stuff.
Yeah, Itadori is like, oh fuck, she's going in.
They say she snapped. I love this shit. When I was a kid and I would go to baseball games, whenever like anything bad would happen to the batter, I'd be like, charge the mound right now, please. I will have to see it.
Mai's thing says, Zen and Mai, first base, hated mangoes, but got over it recently. Which is a thing that fucking shot, like, I just had to pause the episode to laugh at that one.
Mai is so twisted.
I love that she is like habitually stealing Miwa's food.
I love you see like your friend's food in the refrigerator, and it's a food that you hate, and you're like, well, I gotta take it though. Maybe this time.
I'm imagining like instead of imagining like hated mangoes, I'm imagining like allergic to. Well, gotta do this one to Miwa.
She had to do it to her.
And Mai is like taunting her, and so Kugisaki is like, "Yeah, well, fucking take this." And she gets a single, does a bat flip, and like charges the first base. Like,
she flips her bat for a ground ball single, infield single to third. Huge bat flip for this one.
She like runs while yelling.
Yeah,
it's good.
She got on base though.
Fushigero's up to bat, and we get his little card that says, Fushiguro Megami, outfielder, prefers breast meat in chicken nanban and thigh meat in oyakodon.
Okay, bro. Good for you. It's
That's
nice that you go both ways, yeah.
Yeah. He just does a little sacrifice bunt.
I of course Fushiguro bunts. I should have known.
One, not only that, but two, you're bunting with someone on first base with no outs. Just terrible strategy.
I think
on the
okay, here's
part.
what I think though. He bunted too like lightly basically because Toto gets it right away, but they have a pitching machine, so if you bunt like up to the pitcher, what are they gonna do, right?
Exactly. So many different ways you could have.
The shittiest bunt in the world.
You could have made this go better.
Yeah, you could have made that shit, dude, but alright.
Of course Fushiguro bunts. When I saw it, I was this is the only thing that could have happened.
They get the out on him, but Kugisaki makes it to second. Then Panda comes up to hits a single.
Before Panda hits, what was Panda's fun fact?
Oh yeah, Panda's card says Panda, first base, wants to punch a zebra someday.
Tremendous.
No explanation needed.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're black and white and not me, you're about to be black and white and red all over.
Yeah.
He gets on base with a single. Kugisaki's now on third, and Maki steps up to bat, and there's like an epic 10 seconds. It's so, and then she just fucking crushes it, absolutely slams this dinger out of the park. She does her cool little bat flip and says, "There, that's 3." Kugisaki does like a little a smug little trot to home.
Yeah.
And then the ball's flying through the air, and then just is suddenly caught by Nishimiya, who's flying on her broom.
The music cuts out right when she catches it. It's so good.
And everyone's like, "Wait, what the fuck?" And then Itadori's like, "Hey, that's cheating!" And Inuaki's also like, "Salmon row!" and then Fushiguro just puts his hands up to the side of his mouth and just says, "Kugisaki, go back."
Yes, I love it.
Gotta go back to third. We saw what happened to Nishimiya. Come on.
Yeah.
Maki's title card, by the way, said, "Zen and Maki, pitcher. The one thing she can't tolerate is protein powder."
Yeah, she's got enough protein.
But it's because she thinks you just have to eat it raw. Like, she doesn't know you can mix it with stuff.
That's pretty good. It's Toto's turn at bat now. He walks up to talk to Itadori the catcher and is like, "Oh, you're the catcher, huh? I kind of expect you to be the pitcher, but so we could have had our epic duel." And Itadori's like, "Well, I mean, you could have been the pitcher." And then Utahime chimes in from off screen. He's like, "No, he couldn't. With Mekamaru out, all he can do is pitch." Also, when Nishimiya caught the ball with her because she was flying, everyone's like, "That's cheating." And then we see a little asterisk for the rules that said, due to lack of players, the outfielder can use curse. I mean, one player can use curse techniques, but it's the outfielder because the outfielder is covering the entire outfield on their own.
Yeah.
And this is really upsetting.
Yes.
You brought this up, Kay, because we see Fushiguro with his dog
Fushiguro
in
is
the
the
outfield.
outfielder. He's using his dog to cover that whole field. One, he has the dog sitting right next to him the whole time, which is terrible coverage. Two, we never see the dog catch a ball, which is all I want in the world.
It's really just tragic. So Toto's up a bat, and he's like, "Next time, brother, promise me that if I get a home run off this pitch, you'll be the bonk." And then he gets immediately just clanged in the face by Maki's pitch. And there's a really great shot. We posted it for the episode. We posted it in the tweet for the episode. Maki throwing the ball, and there's an arrow that points to her that says intentional, and Toto just in the middle of getting beamed.
So
and
good.
he fucking falls down into Itadori's arms. He's like, Toto, are you okay? And literally every single other person on the field is just saying, nice peach, nice pitch.
Nice pitch. Like, including Toto's team.
Yeah.
Miwa doesn't do it at first because like we see her standing next to Kamo and Kamo says nice pitch, but she doesn't.
Pitch.
But we definitely hear her say nice pitch later.
And like Fushiguro does it and his dog like barks. The dog also says nice pitch.
And then Itadori's like, wow, Toto, everyone fucking hates you, huh?
Nice pitch.
And then we have to cut away from the baseball because Gakuganji and Yagi have to have a conversation while looking at some ants about Itadori.
Damn, I wonder if this means something. What could the ant symbol of society?
He's so Gakuganji's like, we can't make exceptions. And then Yagi starts talking about regrets, and then he remembers Geto.
He has some Geto regrettos. I wonder what this
He's got some regrettos. And then he's like, well, we'll just let the kids... listen, we gotta let the kids play for now.
I don't know what the point of this was, but okay.
I don't either. I watched it like 3 times, and I was like, I don't really know what they're trying to say with this one. But I guess this is just a result that Gakuganji is not actively trying to murder Itadori anymore.
Great. Fantastic stuff.
I didn't mention Toto's title card, which is possibly the funniest one for me. And it's Toto Aoi, catcher. Won the middle school nationals with Itadori. Itadori denies this.
Amazing. I love that implies that they asked Itadori about it. Like, damn, you guys were friends in middle school? No, I don't know him. I do
not know that man. And then we're back to the game. Inumaki's on base, and we get his little... He's like leading off, and we get his little...
He did such a cute little run.
Thing.
He did like the V for victory. He got on base.
Yeah.
And Fushiguro's like, he's fast.
Yeah. And Inumaki's card says, Inumaki Toge, second base, prefers bread for breakfast, likes it with ham, cheese, and a bit of Tabasco.
Hell yeah, dude.
Sounds pretty good.
Sounds good to me.
Itadori gets a big fucking home run, and it flies over everyone's head while some fun guitar rock music plays, and it feels like the end of like a Christian movie.
Yeah, it really did.
And then Maki says nailed it, which is just it's the exact... she wouldn't know that it's the thing Kugisaki said after hitting the curse in episode 3 with her nails, but
wow, amazing.
I'm reaching here, but I'm allowed to reach.
I do think that these teams were pretty lopsided when only one person per team is allowed to use curses, and like Itadori and Maki are both like Inhuman freaks, and they only have one Inhuman freak on the other side, and everyone hates him.
Everyone hates our freak.
And he's like basically playing for Itadori's team. He wants Itadori to win.
Right. And then Gojo walks past Gakuganji and Yagi, who are talking in front of the ants, and he steps on the ants, and they're like, what the fuck? And then we look at the ants, and they're not crushed at all.
Damn, what the hell, our metaphor? And then Gojo's like, I've done another metaphor to your metaphor, which is that the rules do not apply to me.
It's true.
Gojo really just said, y'all mind if I, and then...
Y'all mind if I step on the ants, but not actually step on the ants, do the infinity between me and the ants?
And that's the episode. We get our Juju Stroll, which is just the exact same thing, except for they're asking...
do you like rice or bread?
Yeah, rice or bread. And it's the exact same animation and everything. Panda says, I like Pan because I'm Panda, duh.
He's like, this one's kind of a reach, huh?
Yeah, this one's kind of a reach. And then Ichidori shows up and is like, yeah, they're just reusing the last one. And then Maki shows up and is like, we're leaving.
Oh yeah, we didn't say it, but the Tokyo team did win 2-0.
Oh yeah, they won the baseball game 2-0. The only runs that were scored were off of Itadori's cool.
Yeah, apparently. That's why they didn't show the rest of the game.
It would have been worse. It was like, and the game ended 14-9. You're like, wait, what? No.
Oh, I knew I shouldn't have fallen asleep during the seventh inning stretch.
That's when you're supposed to be up.
That's what the stretch is for.
Yeah, you need to be stretching.
A always B S stretching.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe they didn't show like more of the game. Like maybe I'm just like spoiled by sports anime, but I was expecting to see the whole game.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see the dog catch a ball, which is like the saddest thing that I can think of.
Truly.
What if because he can use all the animals that he wants. The dog can catch a ball. The frog would be really good at it.
What if he summoned eight swords? Just turning into a whirlwind of chopping, which just cuts up the ball.
Yeah, Fushiguro is just like, I must use my final technique that causes me to perish instantly, or else we will lose the baseball game.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, that's honestly not much of a stretch considering what he's done, what else he's done.
He wants to use his
cool
cool power. He'll take any excuse at this point.
I will say, when he does it, pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Surely he'll do it in the next arc that they show a preview for, and Fushiguro is being punched and bleeding all the time.
George voice. Oh, okay.
We've got questions. We've got a lot of questions, actually.
People were interested in this episode for some reason.
That's true. Sue at Sue Makes Art. I don't have a question, but I do have a hot take. I think this might be a good show. I'm confirming.
Wait.
Hold on. Let me...
Did Eddie have a segment?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Eddie. I steamrolled over right over your segment.
Okay, so I prepared football league. It's like the XFL because you can use all of your powers at any time.
Fantastic.
And everyone knows that. So I tried to make the optimal lineup with the students. So on offense, we have Maki at quarterback, obviously.
Naturally.
Oh, she's got the perfect spirals.
Perfect spirals, dual threat. She can run, she can throw.
Mm-hmm.
At running back, we have Fushiguro because he can summon his dogs or whatever for to make extra blockers, if he wanted to.
Wait, can the dogs carry the ball or no?
That's probably something that would be discussed in the first season and then would be written in the rulebook after. But I'm going with yes for now.
Okay, for now.
I have Inumaki at wide receiver because he can, say stuff like, don't tackle me, or he can just say do pass interference if it's not gonna make a catch. I have Panda at tight end, large, can run,
He
can
is
block.
large. He can dash for sure.
Pandash. I have Toto on. Toto plays both defensive and offensive line, so he can just kind of switch places with the opposing running back and tackle the quarterback and sack them every time. And that just puts him closer.
I'm really enjoying wide receiver Inumaki just because it's making me imagine Thanos touchdown, another Inumaki Toge touchdown.
Oh, he's so small.
I have Itadori as a linebacker, just kind of, a standard, he has the speed, he has the strength, kind of, I don't see how, it is football, but I don't think we're going to be murdering people on the field, so he just kind of has to use his natural.
I don't think you can black flash the other guys. I'm going to call that,
could, but watch out.
Probably, unnecessary roughness.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, yeah.
Could JJ Watt face tank a black flash?
No. So at our two cornerback positions, I have Mekamaru at one, and I have Kugisaki at the other one. So she can shoot nails at the ball if it's getting passed her way and just or she can get a fiber from the other wide receiver's clothes and use resonance and destroy him before he can get to the ball. Mekamaru, he can fly and use jets and stuff, so that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Kugisaki using hairpin to implicate someone else in Deflategate. Just snapping her fingers and putting, hey, Raph, that guy's got a fucking underinflated ball.
Look at this.
Look at that.
So at our safeties, for strong safety, we have Miwa, because anyone that enters her simple domain, you're just going to get tackled. And then Nishimiya is free safety because she has the broom. She can fly around, cover lots of ground. So for special teams, I have Mai as the holder, specifically the holder, because if something goes wrong, if someone screws up the snaps, you can just create a new ball once a day and have it perfectly ready to go.
I thought you were gonna say if something goes wrong, she can just start shooting,
or she could just start blasting on them if it goes to that. And I have Camo as the kicker because while everything's getting set up, he's like, let me get a little droplet of blood on that ball, kick it, and just steer it directly into the upright, so he can never miss. So
fantastic.
That's
setting the world record with a 96-yard field goal because he
doesn't even kick it that hard.
96-yard field goal with my eyes closed. Check this out.
Thank you, Eddie, for that. That's a delight.
That's my football team.
It's good. I think they're gonna win.
Next one from Neve Sticks, Neve Noel at Nickel Wolf. Who would participate in a jujutsu-based sign-stealing operation, and how would they use their abilities to execute on it? I'm imagining Inumaki. I'm imagining Fushiguro.
So the thing that
and Itadori is the if I'm doing the Astros, I'm thinking that Itadori is the one hitting the trash can.
Yeah, but he doesn't really know the signals. Like, he's just kind of hitting the trash can because they told him to do it. So what they're actually doing is literally just using like blatant code, like Salmon Row, to say what the other team's doing, and Itadori is just the distraction because they think it factors in, but they just needed to give him something to do.
They hear that fucking gorilla of a human just like destroying an aluminum bat on a trash can, and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck's going on?" And then Inumaki just walks up to the batter and just says, "Salmon Row."
Yeah. All right, slider, got it. Thanks, boss.
This one from Tiger Girl Fat Pussy at Sunhead.
Wait a second.
Hi there, special good snacks. First time, long time. Since the zone exists in Jujutsu Kaisen, who would each of the Kiseki no Seidai cosplay from Jujutsu Kaisen? Oh. Thanks. My only answer to this is I think Kagami would do Toto.
Yeah.
Kagami Toto.
I think Kuroko would be Inumaki.
Yes, they're little.
Yes. I agree. Kisei is gonna be Gojo.
He is.
You know.
Yeah.
Is it okay? So it's the basketball boys are cosplaying.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. They're cosplaying the Jujutsu boys.
I guess Midorima would be Kamo. I feel like they have the most in common.
Nanami?
Kamo. Or Nanami.
Yeah, Kamo. I could see Kamo.
Nanami was he gets to keep his golden glasses if he's Nanami. That makes sense.
He would do Nanami if the lucky item of the day was cool glasses. Then he would
or a large knife.
Yeah.
Now the important question is, who would Aomine be? And it's not Sukuna, despite the fact that they are the same voice.
It should be Sukuna though.
I don't think yeah, now that I'm thinking about Aomine, kind of would be like I'd
like to be the evil powerful man, please.
Can I throw a little twist in here to appeal to one person? Beach Time Ghetto.
Ooh!
Beach Time Ghetto. Wait, hold on. I know I said Kiseki no Senai, but who's Tepe?
Oh, he's like I guess he's the panda.
I was thinking either Panda or Mekamaru.
Mekamaru is like Mekamaru should be what's the captain's name again? Hyuga, because he gets to build a robot.
Yes. Oh, and who's Momoi?
Momoi, I think she would be Nishimiya, because it's like the cutest outfit probably.
That's true. I can see her doing that. All right, great. and then Kuroko number 2 would be cosplaying Divine Dog White.
Yay!
Tremendous.
Actually, no, he would be cosplaying Divine Dog Totality.
Ooh.
Large.
Because he's both white and black. Large. But small.
Small.
What if Divine Dog Totality was small?
I think he could be small.
All right. This one from Ogie at Slitherbite. I do not know baseball, so here's a different jock question. Which positions would JJK characters play in volleyball? I think in order for this... Okay. What are we feeling?
Well, Itadori's a spiker, for sure. Wing spiker.
Yes. Fushigro's a blocker.
He is tall.
Kugisaki is also a spiker, I think.
We need, one setter. Maybe Maki can be the setter, because the setter needs to be, the best player on your team, basically.
Maki said, "Today I will be the control tower of the team."
I guess Inumaki has to be the libero, because he's little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's fast.
Panda... What's Panda, then? Is Panda the ace?
Panda would be the other blocker, I guess. Because he's large.
Yeah, true.
No, okay, so here's what you could do. Panda is specific role is pinch server, but changes into different modes for whatever type of serve he's going to do.
For a jump serve, he goes gorilla mode, and for a float serve, he turns into his sister, who we have not seen.
We don't know her abilities.
Bashful sister mode.
And then when he does regular mode, that's just an underhand serve.
Yeah.
Oh, a normal one.
Yeah.
Cass at Kashishi asks, if you had Inumaki's cursed speech, how would you theme your non-power activating verbal communication?
It is weird that they picked sushi food. What does it mean?
It must just be he likes it. That's... That's my
was like
interpretation.
some like Q&A that Geki Akutami did about like a million questions that were all spoilers, and I didn't look at those ones, but I did look at the ones about Inumaki, and he said that he's been speaking like that since birth, like since he was a child. So
Oh, I'm loving to imagine little Inumaki just saying "shocking."
he does.
What would mine be? I think it would just be like like Pokemon.
Oh, that could be fun.
You ask me a question, and I nod and I say Torkoal.
Yeah, Torkoal's the good one. The bad one is Corsola.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bad one's Corsola Galar.
We fucking hate your guts.
Eddie, what did you say yours already? Sorry.
No, I'm thinking whether I would want to go if I was going food, but it's because it all has to be related, right? So I'm thinking,
it's like a theme.
Mine would just be like burgers and fries. Like not burgers is the positive, fries is negative. Nothing against fries, but if we're keeping the theme. And then like I don't know, like milkshake. Just like I don't know.
Let's go.
I don't know. Milkshake.
Fucking
Because I always want one and then I get it. I'm like I should have just got a Coke or something.
Yeah, the milkshake. It's so tempting at the time, but it's just too much.
Giant Sword Big at Great Big Sword says, "Give me a few fave MLB teams for Jujutsu Tech students, and why is Megumi the classic sad Mets fan?"
Oh boy. Okay.
I know like I know the general opinion of like 4 teams, so let's do those ones first. I'll say them, and then Eddie will say which player likes them.
Okay.
Okay. Red Sox. I know them.
So Red Sox for a while were like
they were like kind of underdogs, and now they're just like Yankees too.
So the Red
Now
Sox
they're
have
just
kind of
dogs.
gone from being the underdogs who didn't win for 100 years to being really annoying because they were so good. And now what they're more known for is like fucking up the team on purpose to save money, like trading away a future Hall of Famer so they would have more money. Mm-hmm. So I would say that's like Gakuganji or something.
Gakuganji completely respects these tactics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't actually care about winning. It's whatever. He has to follow the rules and stay under the salary cap that doesn't really exist. So
when I decided to become a baseball jock, my decision for who to root for was it was obviously Tiger based, and since there is a Tigers team, the decision was pretty much made for me. I have not. I was like looking back. I was like when we did our fantasy draft the first time. I was like, wow. I have to scroll down to like player 250 to get to the first Detroit Lions player, and you laughed about that. And you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Tell me now the history of the Detroit Lions.
Detroit Tigers or Detroit Lions? Lions are football.
Detroit Tigers. God, fuck. Why did they do that?
So what I know that there was back in like vampire times, the Tigers I think had good guys on them, but
they had the vampires.
And I feel like at all, like if the Tigers may have like one good person who's really good at a time, and then they kind of don't do anything. I don't. I'm gonna check something real quick. Let me do some.
Sure.
I'm just gonna go bring up the predictions for teams overall win-loss this year. Last place. Tigers last place. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Beautiful.
Fushiguro he is a Mets fan, right? But in the same way where like he bunted in this game, it's like he has the ability to get a hit, right? But he's like, oh, I'm a Mets fan. Isn't this terrible? And it's like, but it's because it's always like, oh yeah, I lost in a fight, but also it was because I had to fight Sukuna and he was my friend and he tore his heart out and stuff like that. But it's like, okay, but also like you did some cool moves and stuff. Like you're not the Pirates this year, So it's like Fushiguro, he has bad luck, but he does tend to, like when bad things happen to him, he's like, this is the worst thing to ever happen.
Yeah.
But also in the next arc, he's going to be the 2021 Mets, who are predicted to win the National League East by like 10 games. So
ooh, I'm excited to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a power. He got a buff
I'd
off
love
screen.
to see Fushiguro get one fucking W. He deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Who does Kugasaki like?
I feel like she is less concerned with winning and is more like into the vibe. But that could go either way. Either she could I feel like she could just bandwagon whoever is currently.
Yeah,
so
I was gonna say I think Kugasaki just likes to like the best team.
So she was gonna bandwagon the Padres because they look really good, but then she thought their uniforms were ugly, so she went to the Dodgers instead. Like she switched to the Dodgers.
She's following Mookie.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Just
Does anyone like the Yankees?
Gojo.
True.
got it in one.
He's like, they're just the best. Like, what do you want?
They are the strongest.
Yeah.
I really just want to see Gojo with just a fucking Yankee snapback.
No brim.
Like, just like I'm sure there have been countless edits of that already, but like I want to see it in the show proper.
Yeah. The Gojo with no bro.
Got the headband with no brim on.
This question from SkeeBDBDoo at Groove and Ghastly. Kay, try to explain what the hell Gojo's power it is and why it's bisexual color lighting.
Okay, I made sure I wrote down what the orbs are called to try to understand this. The blue one is amplification, and the red one is reversal. So he makes infinities, right? Like his power is to like make more infinities or something, correct?
Yes.
Infinities.
Yeah.
Like you can like it's the paradox of Achilles. Before you go a foot, you have to go 6 inches, 3 inches.
His power is to make more infinities. So, like the blue is like that's his base power. Like he's amplifying the infinities, and the red is opposite. So he's making the infinities opposite. So when he puts it together, he's like doing like anti-infinities is my understanding. So
it's like, also known as positive negative Hamon.
Yes. So the purple is like infinitely deleting everything. So just like everything in the zone gets exploded and like ceases to exist. Or maybe it's like compressed really hard. I thought maybe it was like kind of like a black hole kind of thing. Like instead of being like more spread out, it's like more together. Those are my thoughts. It's purple
I like
because that's fun for him.
Yeah.
He learned color theory in high school and was like, "Hang on a second, I'm onto something here."
He simply made it the colors of his bisexual flag. Tufster McGee at Tufster McGee says baseball.
True.
It also says
True.
Everyone knows the baseball episode of I almost said Dark Souls 9. Deep Space Nine is the best part. What would a Star Trek themed episode of Jujutsu Kaisen look like, and why would it be the best part? I haven't seen too much Star Trek, but I will just say Fushiguro wearing a bald cap to be Picard. And Itadori with really shitty, with like a really shitty taped on beard and mustache to be Riker.
Oh.
Kugisaki is Worf.
Why?
I don't know. I like it.
I don't know enough about Star Trek to dispute that, so.
I definitely don't know enough about Deep Space Nine. I don't know any of the characters from that.
Maki is Deanna Troi. That's someone on... I don't know if that's Deep Space Nine. I don't actually know. I don't know anything about generations of Star Trek, but...
Spock.
So who's Data? Who is Data? Mechamaru. Okay. Asked and answered.
He's robot. What can I say?
He is. That's it for questions. Eddie, thank you so much for coming on this episode. It was an absolute delight to have you. Where can people find you, and if you would like to be found?
You can find me at I think it's Squizpillion, right?
Wait, sorry. There was a joke I wanted to make 5 minutes ago, but I completely forgot about it. The Gojo's power is to combine Dayquil and NyQuil to create Quill.
Yeah. I'm at Squizpillion on Twitter. If you can answer my riddles 3, I'll accept your request to follow my locked content. Also, I do podcasts with Brooks, who I'm currently on speaking terms with because we only had that one battle earlier this season in Pokemon that I won, so that's good in my book. We're doing Chance Ball. We do podcast. Chance Ball right now is about sports, anime, and we're going to watch all of them, even the one that isn't sports. Which is also sports. We're watching Haikyuu right now, if you want to follow along with that. And also we do Fun Point, that's about music. And our next episode is going to be about The Weeknd's album After Hours, because the funny Super Bowl meme from 2 months ago that we're just getting to now.
Was the Super Bowl 2 months ago? Holy shit.
It was probably like a month. I don't know.
Don't scare me like that.
So you can check those out if you want. And send me. Sorry, I lied before. My Twitter is at Tampa Bay Vipers. So if you didn't like anything I said on this episode, message me there and let me know about it.
Yeah, message at Tampa Bay Vipers and say, please watch good show Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah. I'll really like when you tell me to watch Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'll respond, true.
I can't believe that I have tried to get Brooks into the show, and the last effort I did was when Junpei was doing scary movie lore moments. And yeah. I think if I didn't get him in with that, I think it's going to be hard to get him.
I sent him the clip of when Gojo gives Nanami the sticky note that says penis on it.
It's a good scene.
So good.
We're Special Grade Snacks everywhere. That's we're at Special Grid Snacks on Twitter. That's grade with no vowels and snacks with an X. We're on Noisepace.xyz. Thank you to Matt GameCube for hosting this and so many other great podcasts.
We'll destroy you in Pokemon.
Go off.
Yeah, Matt. We are all Pokemon going to kill Matt in Pokemon. Thank you to Agnan at Kalalafair Art for our incredible cover art. And thank you to Noah Geist at OwlDude on Twitter for our great intro outro music, Lost in the Bug Snacks. If you want to find me, I'm on Twitter at Sunhatzhenya, SUNHATZHENYA. I also do a couple other podcasts like Fear Baiting, which is in the throes of its M. Night Shyamalan month, which is just called March Night Shyamalan. As well as Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, Leftism podcast, and the Wonder Years, which is an Animorphs podcast. And that's all of my shit. Kay.
God, you have so many podcasts. I'm on Twitter at KDarlink. It's spelled like that because the other one was taken. I have another podcast called A Song of Babies and Puppies, which is about Song of Ice and Fire series. That's all my podcasts. I'm not as prolific.
Yeah,
quality over quantity.
Oh!
I was talking about me. I don't know.
Whatever. Let's go get some snacks.
Let's go get some snacks.
Let's get some snacks.